Today, I'm going to teach you how to add a film to IMDb. It can be a lot of fun to make a film, but it's even more fun if you actually get the credit for it. So today, I'm going to teach you how to add a film to IMDb. So a few important things to know is that IMDb works a little bit differently to most other sites that you might know. Anyone can add or change any details on an IMDb film listing. You can also access most of the features that you need to do these things without having a paid account. Even now, I do not have a paid account on IMDb and I still get by. I only ask that you please do not abuse this, as it could invalidate a valuable resource like IMDb. So in order to add a new film to IMDb, you will go to the adding a new title page, and I will put a link to this one in the description of this video. So when you first get onto the adding a new title page, the first things you'll be asked to enter is the title of the film. So I'm just going to add a title of one of our films here, that one there, and then this one is not yet complete, so I'm going to do that. And I am one, but I'm actually all of those. And then you're going to click check these updates. So if you did select film, then it'll give you this subtype here just to clarify what it is. So this one is a feature film, and I click that, and then we're going to click check these updates again. So depending on the title that you've added in, so there are no other films that have the same title that we've used, so I would just click this is not an existing title. If you did put in a title where there are already films that have the same name, then you'll have a few other options to choose from down here. But for me, I'm just going to click that this is not an existing title and recheck these updates. Now at this point, it's going to open you up to a lot more details for you to fill in. So just starting at the top, we're going to be putting in production development status. So this one here, we're going to go, we've announced it. We haven't actually started doing anything for it. And then after that, you're going to need to provide some kind of link that actually proves that this film is real. Otherwise, anybody could go on here and add 100 films, and then suddenly they have 10 years worth of film experience in, half an hour. The film that I've just put in, we haven't actually done anything for it just yet, so I can't actually add this in. But that's fine, so I'll leave that blank for now. Then we have a few other things. So I'm in Australia. I'm going to choose the language, which is just English. Then you're going to choose if it's color or black and white. So this is color. Then we're going to do genre. So mine is actually an action comedy. So I'm going to do action, but then I'm also going to say add 2 items. So this is going to add, so we're going to be adding this item, and then I'll update it and we'll add the second item, which you'll see in a little bit. The director, that is me. Boom. So I've actually already put myself onto the system previously. So if you are trying to add yourself, but you don't see your name on this one, or you aren't sure if you are one of these options, then you can also just say result not shown. But for now, I'm just going to do that. Luckily, I have a unique name, so it's nice and easy to find. Then after that is the budget. We don't have a budget for this one yet because we haven't made the film yet. We don't have any official sites for it yet either. If you have a distribution company, you can start putting in their details here. Then there's also the production company. So I'm going to do and again, just like adding in a new person, I've previously added in our production company, which is why it shows up here. If your production company isn't available on this list, then just click result not shown and just follow the instructions from there. I will make separate videos on how to add an individual person credit and how to add a production company a bit later, but for now I'm just going to click Full Heart Films. Then after that, you can start adding some of the major credits. So, your protagonist, your antagonist, some of the important characters. You can put in your writers. So for this film, it was me and another person that did the writing, so I'm going to add 2 credits. And producer, there probably will be more producers, but for now I'm going to add 1, which is just also me. Then after that, we come down to this part here, and there's just a few other details. So just fill in whichever ones you have. Filming locations, so I'm just going to do something. So I'm just going to add 1 for now. Aspect ratio, so we're going to do that. I don't actually have any of these details yet, but I'm just going to fill some of them in just so you can see what it looks like. And then once you've sort of ticked all of those boxes, then we're going to go to recheck these updates. So a lot of the things will pop up as yellow and red, which basically just means that it's incomplete and you won't be able to continue otherwise. So because I haven't put in any kind of link to prove that it's real, this part will actually never turn green, but for you it will if you do have that link. So we'll come down and see a few of these ones are green, which means those are perfectly fine as is. See in the genre, because I did 2, another one has popped up here, so I'm going to click that and do comedy. Then, because my name was fine, it just did that. But if you have, if your name is Matt Smith, there's probably going to be 100 Matt Smiths, and it'll come up with a list of all of the Matt Smiths for you to choose from. Then you can have a look and see if you can find which one is you, and if not, there are a few other options. See, I didn't put anything in for budget, and in the end it actually will let you submit without adding in these details. The production company is fine, so that's green. Writers, so now we're going to put in writers, so that is me and a friend of mine, Luke Harris. Luke Harris. And see, like, with all of these options here, I'm not actually sure if any of these are him. So I could say result not shown, but for now I'm just going to do this. Okay, and then producers, again, that's just me again. So I'm just going to do that. And then we're going to come down. So running time. So again, this film doesn't actually exist. So I'm just going to say 93. Filming locations, I'm going to put Australia. And then aspect ratios, for now, I'm just going to put 16:9. And then, so now we've got pretty much all the details I can put in for the moment. So I'm going to do recheck these updates. There's a lot of back and forth. So you fill things in, you check the updates, you fill things in, you check the updates. Okay, so let's go back down. Okay, so if you have a name where there are multiple people with that name, it'll come up with a list like this. And if you still don't really see you or the person you're entering in this list, then you can say, this is the first credit for yada yada, or this is a different person, not currently, and then it'll add in another Luke Harris. Or you can just say, you don't know, submit as Harris Luke, blah, 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 and it'll try to figure out which person it is. I don't know, it's not always that accurate, so I don't really like to do that one. Luckily, in this list here, I can actually recognize that this is the Luke that I'm after, just because this is my film here, and he helped me write it, so I know that that is him. Either way, you can just select one of these random Lukes, and then you can edit it later on and make it the correct one if you get it wrong. Okay, so now we're going to come down here. So in this producers section, it actually wants me to clarify a little bit further. So I've put in my name, but now I just need to say what kind of producer I am, and I'm just going to do that one for now. Okay, so with the filming locations, so I've just put in Australia, and I've put that in as an example because filming locations, it actually wants you to be a bit more specific. So again, we haven't actually made this film, so I'm just going to be guessing something that might come up later. So I know that there is a Time Zone arcade in Inaloo, and we have an arcade in the film, which is called Jerry's Arcade, so I'm going to do that. And then we come back down, aspect ratio is fine, and we're going to recheck these updates again. And again, this one is still yellow just because I can't actually finish mine because I don't have any links. See, everything is green, 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 green. Green is good. And then it'll have this one more bit to confirm the location. So it is none of these, and I doubt that anyone would have ever made a film at this arcade before, so I'm going to say add this as a new location. And then once again, recheck these updates. And then boom, so that one is green. So now, if I was able to provide a link to prove that this project is real, then everything would be green and all of this would be gone, and it would just be kind of a summary of my listing. And down here, instead of check these updates, it would say submit, and you would just click submit. Then it might take a little while to process, but that is all you need to do, and then your film will be on IMDb. There are, of course, a lot of other options on here, and as I said, I'll make more videos for how to add a production company and an individual person credit. But for now, have a play around with it, become familiar with it. It will take a little bit of time to process, but you can come back at any time to update any of the details. You are now ready to finally give yourself some credit.